What's up? What's up? How are we? All right, man. How we doing? How we doing? Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're at. It is Pharaoh Friday, big dog. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. What do you say? We've got work to do, my man. How are we? Frank, Corey, Nathan, what's up? What's up? We've got the Hive day here. Wick Hive bar 11. We'll see if we can crack that guy open. You know, ATR sitting 42. John, Mario, what's up? What's up? How we doing? Hope you guys are having a reasonable day here so far. The range today, man, is crazy. I gotta tell you, I love the big back off overnight this morning. The big back off from 30K. I'll take that. I'll take that. We can delay the inevitable, right? We can delay 30,000 because that guy's going to be a problem. All right, let's pop in, get to it. Let's get to it. Big old range, ATR 42, 5-minute chart on NQ. That's Nasdaq futures. Bar 40 trying to pull in. Let's see. Manuel, how are we? Mike. Good to see everybody. Taking 2 more Take Profit Trader payouts today. Damn, this shit is fun. It's definitely fun when it's going well, isn't it? And you know what? You should have fun when it's not going well, too. I'll tell you what. If there's one thing I learned, I get it. I get it. It's easy to take it home with you. Or take it away from the screen, we'll say. But you think, you know, your kids, your wife, your husband, maybe your friends. You think they don't notice, man. They notice. They know when you had a bad trading day. That should not be the case, at least long term. If it is the case long term, you got problems. And at the end of the day, I get it. It's like, it's kind of hard to get into this mindset, but, you know, you want to do extraordinarily well financially. I'm not saying not, but it's just money, dude. You make decisions at a screen. Oh no, it didn't go in my favor today on a small sample size. Big dog, you live in a first world country. You get to try again tomorrow. Come on now. It's okay. It's all right. All right, bar 40. Let's see. ATR nice in the 40s here. We like that, don't we? Yes, we do. So, you know, I look at this. I look at this, and all I can see is this. Draw it however you'd like. So I am looking for scalps inside the range. It's plenty wide. Over 100 points here. So plenty wide for scalps. Anything else? Yeah. I think you might be making too big of an ask, like some giant intraday swing or something, at least right now. Simpson, how we doing? I think it'll fade from here as double wick at the top. I think we'll probably range until it's not. But I will tell you, if we could get these bulls giving us a nice test. What a refreshing day, though. Hey, bar 33 is not the wick high, man. It's something else. It's crazy. Come on in, guys. How we doing? How we doing? Hit like on the way in. I appreciate it. We got a little single bar range. Bar 36, by the way, reasonable. Reasonable. Turning into a sideways trading range for now, though. We'll see. There you go, bulls. Give us a real test, man. Okay. So, I signed up for Lucid, last week? It's been like a week since I even signed up, before I even started trading evals. And it's payout time already here today. So, I gotta be, I'm gonna work on Apex, My Funded Futures. Well, probably not, no. Apex, TakeProfitTrader, and I do have I have one direct to funded with Lucid that I should work on here. So, all right, we can do that. Let's do it. Let's do it. Come on, 41. What you got, my man? Minute 10 out. Okay, 35 seconds out. All right, we got 40, 41. First bar to close outside that little range, but still within the big range. So, pop that guy up. Get my copier engaged. ATR 45. Range on this bar 66-ish. Yeah. It's getting up there in size, but if they want it, give it to me. If they want it. Let's see if those bears want it. 20 seconds. No fill, no trade, man. Gotta pull it. Gotta pull it. All right. 42, what's up? Giovanni Gamma, how are we? Nah, I don't think I'm unwell. I feel good, man. You know, the ATR really is tremendous, 44. If only we could get a little cleanup here. I don't want to complain too much because, 100, 120 maybe 140 point wide trading range. We can get some work done in that. It's just, let's get some setups going. A couple of smaller bodies. Drive up out of the hole. Nice long continuation setup for a scalp. Vice versa. Like even 41's a little bit big, but it's all right. It's not all going to be perfect, but it should be of a high quality, right? All right, bulls. Again, you got the wick high 26, wick high of 11. What do you guys think? You find Friday a harder day to trade? No. No. A lot of times, if you look at long-term data of traders, something I've noticed over the years is a lot of people, their best days will be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Mondays are a little bit smaller on average. Fridays might be a little bit smaller on average. And I don't think that has a lot to do with the market itself. Though, again, a lot of news that drives the whole market, which maybe increases volatility, comes out Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's actually a study we should do. Average ATR segmented out by market condition, range, or trend environment by day of the week. But, I almost don't even want to do it because it doesn't matter, guys. Most of the time I think that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are the bigger days for traders because of psychology. Monday, you're kind of like getting into it, making sure all your orders are right. You kind of start getting back in the swing of it by the time the market closes on Monday. And on Friday, a lot of people are checked out by the time the market closes, maybe even earlier. All right. Well, bar 42 is kind of messing me up a little bit here as far as setups go. All right, poll, chat, as many of you as possible, man, just throw your ideas out there. We've got the high of day as the wick high of 11, right? We're in a sideways range. What's up from here? Because yesterday, 30,000, a lot of people thought it was on the agenda. You know, I didn't disagree. I thought 30,000 was a very attractive. And then the market this morning, well, really overnight, really pulled away, which I like a lot. But now getting stuck in this little range, like where to? Where is this market going to go here for the next 3 hours? Are we ranging sideways? The rest of the day, I mean, it is 120, 140 points wide. That's enough room, really, for a 3-hour trading range. Are we taking out the high of day, heading back toward 29.5, maybe and beyond? Or are we going to tank off even further, continue that overnight move? Timothy, been using code BIG at TakeProfitTrader. My man, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Flash sale, half off, and no activation fee when you pass. The activation fee alone is 130 bucks. You use code BIG, it's 0, big dog, which is fucking crazy. Then you get half off the rip anyway. All right, 43, come on now. Question, how would you trade this and why? If you're like, Nico, you have to trade this, I'd say fine. I would trade the range. Buy low, sell high, scalp. Try to find little opportunities inside. Simple RAM stuff. Simple RAM stuff. The problem, though, with trading ranges is the risk management side. It's not the logic side, because buy low, sell high, buy back lower. Scalping makes a lot of sense. Maybe averaging in, starting with very small size. Do not take what I just said out of context. Starting with incredibly small size. In prop accounts, I don't even really think you can start small enough, to be honest. You know, at least in the early days. You start taking payouts, you're ROI positive, you know, do whatever you want, just stay engaged. But, you know, you've earned that leash at that point. But most of you guys here, you're trying to get to some kind of relative consistency of payouts, right? I would highly encourage you against, you know, taking 1 mini in a 50K account, range scalping, work your way up to 5 minis. It's just, you're not giving yourself enough room. It's really, really tight. You need room to be wrong sometimes, right? If you're blowing accounts on one loser, consistently at least, that's a problem. We're staying in this range, absent of anything coming from Trump. All right, yeah. I think that makes a little too much logical sense, Manuel. I don't know, man. So those of you guys who have taken payouts from Lucid, again, I started with Lucid last week and it's payout day. Question for you, since, you know, Lucid is my newest firm that I've added. When you request a payout from Lucid, it's my understanding that they approve it pretty quickly, and then you have to wait a couple business days for the money. Is that correct? TakeProfitTrader is kind of the opposite. You request the money. For me, it's always been approved within like a day. And then you press a button and it's in your account like instantly. It's like they release the funds and all you got to do is proceed and it's in there. The payouts are instant at Lucid. Is that right? I read up to 2 business days. They're probably just covering their ass though. In the account, in my bank account in minutes. You got to be kidding me. That's fucking crazy. That's crazy, dude. If you've ever heard me go on my rant about the modern banking system and how they're so fucking slow on purpose, you know that speed. I like speed. I like when people move quick. The rest of the industry, let's get on board, dude. All right, bar 44 here. Pushing higher. Again, high at day is the wick high of 11. Nico, you got to a payout in 1 week? Yeah, man. You gotta move, dude. You gotta move, my man. All you guys could do it too. It's not like... Again, as long as you are making logical decisions and you're not just making random decisions. If you're making random decisions, I don't understand. You don't have a prayer at being consistently profitable. But if you have a methodology that makes sense to you and you have a reasonable way to manage your risk and you have targets that you stick to within reason, you manage things bar by bar as a cherry on top. It doesn't have to be RAM, but if it is, those are the things that, you'd want to do. And then just be aggressive. Don't trade big. I don't mean trade so huge. Being aggressive for me doesn't mean trading 5 minis. But what it does mean is, find your edge, take it slow as a part of the plan, and then scale. Scale horizontally, quick, hard. There's no time, dude. I'm not that old, dude, but I was 19 like yesterday. Like, there's no time. We gotta move. No lie in your bank in 2 minutes? Well, I'm looking forward to seeing if you guys are right about that. Cool, man. All right, bar 44. 52 seconds out. Again, high of day is the wick high of 11. Got kind of an early rejection there on the wick high of 26. See if the bulls want to give us a little pop through. Even if they do, I don't imagine they're going to take it so far so quick. So, I'm looking I'm looking over here in my Lucid direct to funded, which is one that I should do some work in here, and I'm looking at this as a big range. And on the rollover of 44, I'm looking at this and I'm like, limit sell above 44 because it's a range, bet on the range, put my stop 1 point above 11. But the problem is there's way too much of an argument shorter term, especially on lower time frames, of this being a thing. And I don't imagine it's so improbable we just break the high a day, chop around, and fade back into the range, which would just stop me out. So I'm not going to put that on. Had 41 sucked back deeper, I'd think about it as a logical thing to do. It's not a logical thing to do right here, though. So let's see how 45 closes. 3 minutes, 40 seconds out. Question, do you ever use the 1 minute to trade? Sure. Not so much on stream, but say, Nico, you can only trade a 1 minute. Fine, dude. I don't really care, you know. I'll take more trades. I'll have a little bit less edge, but the sample size will be larger. Look, the 5 minute, it's just a great balance. I think a lot of people, they overthink this shit. You guys, as long as there's enough data per bar and you're able to make logical decisions within your methodology enough times during the day to get the sample size necessary to make the numbers work on that particular time frame. Again, as you go higher in charts, higher up in time frames, longer in time frames, most people are going to find that each trade has a little bit more edge, but the sample size is lower. So it's just a different business model. It's like, you know, do you want to sell to a few people at like really high prices, or do you want to sell to a lot of people with razor thin margins, hyper scalping versus swing trading and everywhere in between? It's just a different model. So yeah, 1 minute, fine, dude. I would trade it the same way. I would just take more trades, and from the untrained eye, you'd think that I'm worse at this, which is fine because it leads to the same results. It's just a bigger sample size, smaller edge, right? If I went to the 15 minute, it would be the same thing. Smaller sample size, less action. I'd probably be able to squeeze out a little bit more edge per trade. And then again, the untrained eye would be all super impressed. It's like, who cares, dude? I like the 5 minute. It's very much a good balance for me. I trade the 5 and the 2 mostly, whether I'm live or just trade on my own. The 3 minutes cool too. I don't use it quite as often as the 5 and the 2 though. 1 minute, fine. 15, a little slow I think for my personality type, but if you're managing a trade off to the side, you know, in like more of a swing trading personal account or whatever, the 15 is cool. Pick one, dude. Pick 2 or 3 that you like, that feel like a good balance for you. And in the early days, a lot of you guys would pick a 1 minute chart because you're like, I love scalping. Feels like a good balance to me to take a lot of trades. You gotta understand what the difference is between optimizing for curing boredom and optimizing for performance. Because a lot of people in the early days, they think they're optimizing for performance. Really all they're doing is making sure that they're really active for the sake of not being bored. That's a big difference. It's a big difference. All right, 5 seconds till the rollover here of bar 45, baby. Let's see, coming right into the high of day. Right into the high of day. Now, a lot of people would say, oh, that's a stop hunt, right? It's a big trading range. Big trading range. It's not the same. Now, if we got a tough curl, big hard dump off down toward the wick low of 4, that's a stop hunt. This up here, you know, could you treat it like one? Sure, but a lot less aggressive on the averages as far as the breakthrough that I'm looking for, right? right, bar 46, 313 out. To 45 shrinking, 46 now trying to take out the wick low 45. It starts screaming trading range if they can actually, get it closed beneath there. We already know it's a range. Now, you gotta, could you draw this as a really, really soft bear channel? Yeah, but at some point when it's really that soft, it's like just pick a line, draw a sideways range, look at it that way. It's gonna, I think, save you a lot of trouble. Again, most of the time, if you're super confused about what you're looking at, most of the time it's a trading range. All right, bears. Quickest way to light a fire? Dump this thing. Or take out the high, man, and let's trend all day. It's just that big fall overnight this morning. That's something else. Got as low as just beneath 29.1, about 29.90. That's a big move overnight. Now, you know those bulls want to see the crack of the wick high of 11. We'll see if the bears allow that. It might not be up to them, man. We'll see. JM, good morning. How we doing? Good afternoon, man. Happy Pharaoh Friday is what I meant to tell you. Mario, something tells me it's going to pump after seeing the bigger picture. Yeah, this bigger picture. You know, you've got the look of if you want to include overnight more pre-market stuff early, you do have the look of a big range, but now it's really a big bull wedge. So probability-wise, you're looking at, I would say, about 55% upside break, 45% backside break, which to me is close enough to round off to 50-50. Yeah, for Apex. Yeah, go look, all the updated for every account type on Apex. All the payout rules, information, limits, whatever, it's all on their site. for every account size. All right, let's see if the bulls can crack the wick high of 11. Where my cursor's at, 83. Well, here's the test. 3-4 points. All right, they'll take out the high. Now from here, we got to watch, because from here, this gets interesting. Bulls got what they came for. Now, again, the question is, with this big, brutal range, it's going to take the Bulls a lot to be able to take this thing further quick. Let's see how 47 here closes up. We got a minute 22 out. Question, how do people take out hundreds of thousands of dollars when the payout is restricted? Any advice on this? You scale horizontally and you take more payouts. And Apex lets you trade 20 accounts, so. Don't overthink this stuff, guys. There's money to be made in the prop industry. Just fucking go hit it. Read the rules, decide what prop you want to start with, and go. And scale horizontally as quickly as you can. The opportunity exists now. All right, 28 seconds. This would be the very first bar closing outside of this trading range, above the wick high of 11, previous high of day. Play stop load buy, see if the bulls want it. They do. All right, that's the early trade, by the way. All right, Bulls. What you got, man? Let's go. Beautiful bar. Bar 47. Really a nice bar. The early trade, but a nice bar nonetheless. Roensch, what do you mean by scale horizontally with prop firms? What I mean is don't be, this greedy son of a gun who's like, I'm just going to buy one funded and trade the max number of contracts. That's a trap. Don't do that. They allow a large number of contracts so that more people get greedy and blow them, which makes sense. We'd all probably do the same thing as far as allowance. Plus, I don't believe in restricting people's freedom. So if you want to trade, fucking 10 minis, have at it, dude. It's not their problem, not my problem. But scaling horizontally is trading small per account, trading a lot of accounts at multiple props. ATR, by the way, 39. Why do you say multiple props, not just one prop? More accounts. More accounts. More exposure, more scale. Each prop has a limit of how many accounts you can trade. Most of them cap you at 5. Apex lets you go to 20. A few of them cap you at 10. All right. 10 seconds till the rollover here. Bar 48. ATR still sitting 39. We'll see what it updates to. Probably 35. Yeah, 35. Bar 48 closing just above its midpoint. ATR back to 37, by the way. All right, 210 out from the close here, bar 49, roll over into big bar 50. .90 seconds out. Ten seconds here till the rollover of this bar. We'll watch what ATR rolls over down into, or up to 34. That's a full ATR. Pull it. And I'll watch the close of 50. Close of 49. All right, move on. Nice close out of 49. Still haven't taken out the wick high of it, though. Yep, exactly. No fill, no trade anyway on bar 49. All right, how we doing, guys? How are we doing? Yeah, you see bar 50, no fill, no trade on 49. Mario says, missed my entry due to low internet speed. Yeah, listen, guys, the number one, as a trader, you know, you don't need some crazy PC, but here's what I'll say. As a trader, the best investments you can make, a chair that you don't fucking hate, good monitors, a reliable PC, doesn't have to be a beast, just reliable. Like, as they get older, PCs tend to just crash and do dumb shit. It's not, you miss one trade, it just wasn't worth it. And I don't care what it costs. I do not care what it costs. Give me the fastest internet you have. Don't care. And hardwire it in. Do not trade on Wi-Fi if you can help it. Just hardwire it. Ethernet. All right, bar 50. You're operating a business here, big dog. Don't try to work off of, you know, shit, slow 25 Mbps Wi-Fi. Like, don't mess with it. Just go stupid fast. Just pay up. This is your business. Take it for real, man. This is a big deal. All right, bar 50. And you know, if you're serious about this, you know what I will say? If you live somewhere, like in a house out in the country or something, and you're like, yeah, but they don't even offer, like, have it put in, dude. Depends. Call some, you know, providers and see what you can do. But it's gonna be expensive, but have them come. Put in a cable directly to your house. Like, it's expensive, but like, if it's that bad, do you really want to operate your trading business where you have live exposure to the markets on shitty internet that goes in and out and is too slow to execute orders? You know? You know what, a comparison, something that I learned just through experience, people are really, really quick, especially young people, which I'm one of them, to buy stock. Like, you'll spend 10 grand on a stock like it's nothing. This company is run by some other dude that you've never met, don't know, and don't have communication with. But you'll slang it like it's nothing. But then when it comes to spending $10,000 on you, which I believe to be a much better bet when you don't have tons of money already, you're like, oh, that's too much money. Wouldn't you rather bet on you than some other guy? You know, you don't even talk to this dude. And then make a bunch of money and then dump it into the market. All right, bar 51. What we got? Let's see. Let's see. Hey, man, if you haven't yet, hit like on the live stream. I appreciate you doing so. Good trade here so far. Guys, I'm not a shill for Google, I promise. Mike is talking about YouTube Premium. You guys, let me tell you something. If you don't have YouTube Premium, you know, people probably think that, like, I get paid for being live through ads. I don't. This music is supposed to be copyright free. I get hit on it like every day anyway, so it just, I think they're taking all the money. I don't know. But if you don't have YouTube Premium, I've had YouTube Premium, my wife and I, for years. I forget they even run ads on YouTube. If you're watching ads, dude, what are you doing? What do you do? Buy YouTube Premium, one of the best things you could ever do. I have not watched an ad on YouTube in years. Insane to me that people do. Bear's trying to pull this back. Yeah, Brave, that's not how that works, dude. Even if I turn off, you can turn off ads today on your stuff on YouTube, and it doesn't matter. YouTube will still run ads. So whoever it made this music that's playing that is supposed to be copyright free, but is still flagging me every single day, they're making money. I don't know. Fine, take it. I don't care. All right, bar 51, minute 15 out. Let's see, 51. Well, come on, you bulls. I don't think this, what was this? 150? More. 160, 170 point pump. It's not enough, man. We want about what? 600? Man, 30K end of day. Let's see it. Could you imagine? That would be crazy. Bunch of inside action here on bar 52 so far. 3.5 minutes out. Well, damn, bulls, bears, come on now. ATR, we're holding on. We're sitting about 35. What do you guys think? We continue higher? We continue higher, or do we head back to this big sideways trading range? It was wide. Do we head back and spend the rest of the day in here? Or do we just keep pushing slow fade higher through the rest of the next 2 hours? Higher, higher. Not that I care as far as trading, but just for conversation. Wouldn't it be interesting if we dump all night and then push higher up toward, maybe not all the way, but up toward 30K and just retrace all this? It's like, why, you know? That much hesitation? What do I think? The higher probability event here is range. But the better event is trend, so I guess I gotta go with higher probability, huh? All right, we're gonna close inside bar 51. Not a great look for the bears, is it? Yeah, Dayton, first trade on stream. I got long on the close of 47. Took it off on, what did I take it off on? 49? Yeah, it must have been 49. Yep. Yes, sir. Question, if we close above bar 50, is the probability of a continuation higher? Depends on when that occurs. I'd have to look at the look in real time. If we, if we range sideways for a number of bars before that occurs, then all of a sudden that becomes the early trade. And then for me, the determining factor on whether or not I'd even be willing to take the early trade would be, are we closing like 2 ticks outside the wick high of 50, or are we closing, 27 points outside the wick high of 50? There's nuance involved, like always. So we shall see. Question, thought you might consider buying the close of 52. Bull channel, too early to tell. 52 is fine, but where am I going to risk? If I bought the close of 52, my choices are either the wick low 41, the wick low 47, or the wick low 51. Now for me, I would just pick the wick low 51, but that's also extremely tight. Because, you know, even 47 being a bigger bar really pulled away hard. That's not so much of a clean soft bull channel. It's not really the look that I'm after when I'm looking for that kind of limit order reversion scalp. So my question here becomes, does anybody know? How long does this last? How long does that last is my question. Best case scenario? Not long. Not long. We don't want that to occur. "15 seconds out from the close up of 53. Let's see what we get here on 53. Born Trader says, for conversation's sake, looks like we were right at yesterday's lows. Yeah, interesting. Can certainly come into play. You know, but the thing is, if it does, it'll just express to us as you know, maybe a single bar or regular sideways range. So, let's see if 54 can break this guy through. All right, guys. Hey, give me a few minutes. I will be right back. Don't you go anywhere. Hey, if something crazy happens, blow up the chat. All right. right. What's up? Nico, come back. You're going to miss it. You're fucking right. I'm going to miss it. Copy trader engaged. Stop limit buy out. Get that guy up just in case the bulls want to grab it here. What's up, bulls? You want it or not? Oh, we got a bunch of babies. They'll take it. They'll take it. Come on, you son of a gun. There we go. All right. Sitting long. See what the bulls got. ATR 29. Yeah, it's tight. It's tight. Risk on this trade, what, 20 points? That's all it really has earned. ATR 30. So we'll see, you know. See what the bulls got. There you go, bulls. Slow and steady bulls. There you go. Keep that guy moving. Keep him moving. So ATR is 30. That's half an ATR. Boom, baby. 2/3 of an ATR. Give me that fill! Give me that fill! Oh, you son of a gun, you filthy bulls! Bad boys. Those bulls, man. Oh, you fucking... Alright. See if they can take one more run at it. Those motherfuckers. No fill. It'll happen sometimes. One more run, bulls. What you got? Come on now. Using hotkeys. What are you talking about? I did use a hotkey. Well, go ahead, Bulls. Yep, by a tick. It's okay. It's okay. It's no big deal. All right, roll over 56 into 57. See if these Bulls can take one more run. Bear's trying to pull it on back. There you go, Bulls. Keep it pushing. Big dogs. ATR sitting 29. These Bulls, man. You better give me that second run after doing me like that. That's crazy. Gotta love it, man. It's part of the game. Got it. Let the copier flatten here. All right. By the way, that first trade of the day that I took, close of 47 with the Apex, I'm still in it on Take Profit and the Lucid. The Take Profit is a small 50K, and the Lucid, I'll pull that there as well. Okay, so now I'm flat in everything. That Lucid is a direct-to-funded, which I still have not traded enough days on that. The direct-to-funded, the payout runway is longer, so just trying to do work on it and get to the target in that one, but I've got its payout city tonight on the pro. All right, we'll see what we can get here in the Apex. Nothing I need to do on my funded futures. Take profit, open-ended. I can still hit take profit, though take profit would be small trades, a few micros. And still got room on the Lucid direct to funded, so, and the Apex, obviously. All right, let's see what we can keep doing here. How we doing? How you guys doing so far? Consistency rule on Lucid Direct. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely more of a grind. It's more of a grind for sure. 2,000. Wow, you know, what is it, a 20%? Is the $2,000 a day in the 150K Lucid Direct? Did I make that up for myself, or is that actually a rule? I can't remember now. I just have that in my head. As a target, I mean, for the consistency rule on that guy. I don't remember. Either way, that's what I'm shooting for. In that account per day, 2,000 bucks. So I can get to payout territory on the direct in a reasonable amount of time. Yep, voice changer and I am AI in general. Just kidding, YouTube, obviously. I think YouTube's gonna pick up on the trolling. One of these days they're gonna hit me. They're gonna be like, no AI. You're like, come on, man. All right, bar 58. Man, if you haven't yet, hit dislike on the live stream. Hit like on the live stream. Man, hit a button. I appreciate you pressing a button. While I scan for my next trade here, let's see. Well, turns out that was a pretty good profit take, huh? Alright. 58 trying to pull back in. These bears pulling it in deep! We heading back to the range? There's the test of the 20 EMA. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, and guys, hey, crazy fucking deal. Crazy deal at TakeProfitTrader. Code BIG! Use code BIG, B-I-G, 50% off every test. And when you pass that test to take it funded, everyone else pays $130 to activate it. They'll say, oh, you used code BIG? $0, big dog. Activated for free. Go hit it! Go hit it. That'll be ending soon here. Look at these bears, man. Pulling it in. Bar 58. 26 seconds till the rollover. Let's see. Let's see if these bulls want to step in or if these bears are taking over. ATR 35. Range on this bar is 80. It is an outsized bar here on 58. Rollover coming here a few seconds out. Yeah, looks like they might want that trading range that we were in previously, this one. Let's see if the bears want to take us back in. Looks like we might battle it out here. Now, if you're nuts and you're like, man, I love low probability, high reward to risk stuff. Get long, risk the wick low of 58. Most of them will get stopped out. Most of them will get stopped out. I have to make that clarification because, you know, a lot of traders in the early days, they don't really understand that math. That's okay. I don't expect you to on day one. But just because I toss an idea out there, you know, doesn't mean that everyone should do it, because it is more psychologically challenging to take low probability trades, right? Doesn't mean the math is bad. It just means most people can't handle getting stopped out the majority of the time on those stabs, which I think is also a disconnect, you know, between sometimes when I say things and how you guys understand what I'm saying. But if you start thinking of every trade you take as kind of a fitting factors in front of your face into the slot of the equation, you know, context, setup, risk, potential reward, your expected probability, all of it. Nuance, which goes into the expected probability and reward to risk. I think you'll start looking at everything a little bit different. It'll help. On top of the understanding of phase one of RAM, which is context, it'll help you find clarity, which if you're newer to this and you feel like when you look at the market, you just feel constantly confused, you're not alone. I spent years feeling that way. I fucking hated that feeling, which is why I built RAM. It didn't have a name. I built it for me to give me clarity, you know, 98% of the time. It's a good feeling. Ooh, Nathan, you bought the close of Big Bar 58, you psychopath! He's out of his mind and he's fucking making tons of money. He might be a sociopath, but fucking damn it, he's rich. Nathan Lee. How'd you manage your risk on that? Wick low 47? Or did you buy on 59 like we talked about? Well, hanging out inside 58. All right, we got bar 60 here. 59 closing just above its midpoint, well inside, obviously, 58's body. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see. This turns into a little bit of a weird spot. Why? Well, there's a lot of looks you can draw. Don't overthink this shit. Just draw it. And when that is the case, in fact, I probably should have left this one. You know? So, for me right now, you gotta understand, bar 60 could change everything. But right now, if you're like, Nico, you have to take a trade. I'm like, I don't really want to take a trade here. You're like, you have to, big dog. Do it! I'd have to get long and risk the wick low 58. Do I love it? No. No. But that's what I would do if you're like, you have to take something. And you're like, I'm gonna tickle you if you don't. Then I'd get long and risk the wick low 58. Keep those tickle fingers away from me, big man. Fucking weirdo. You're always threatening to tickle everybody. It's fucking creepy, dude. All right, here we go. Here's the test of that wick low. Let's see. Let's see. Trading bars! Guess what, big dog? Passed my first eval today. My man. Good work. Good work. We love it. All right, so 60's testing that low. This is why I don't like that trade. Sylvan taking out the wick low 58. Let's see if they do. And they will. Manuel. Manuel. I spend my days thinking about your success, my man. We love it. Qualified for an Apex payout to go along with the 2 Take Profit Trader payouts qualified for earlier this morning. Manuel's out here getting rich. Manuel's out here breaking bloodlines. We love it. All right, bar 60, minute 13 out. Okay, so bar 60. 59 is it's not, I wouldn't call it a small bear body, especially when you compare it to 53 through 56. It's not a small bear body. There's also way too much of a look here still of a soft bull channel. So my move on the close of 60 here, 30 seconds out, is probably to wait on 61. I say probably because now it looks like we might suck back in and close inside the wick low 58 anyway. You see how those bears are a little bit insecure about it? All right, looks like... Well, what do you got, bears? All right, they will. They'll close just barely outside the wick low 58. Now I gotta watch 61. Now I gotta watch 61, see if the bears can take that guy lower. A little bit concerned the bulls just pop it right back in and range it, but we'll see here. Best case scenario would be the bears dump this thing off, give me a beautiful clean close, and I'll short that sucker. Banshee, what's up, brother? How we doing? Mario, see this pumping back up? Maybe. Maybe. We'll see, huh? There you go, Bears. Dump that son of a gun. Do it to him. Oh, you beautiful bears! ATR. Yeah, fuck, we love it. ATR 40, 41-ish. Let's see. We've got 3.5 minutes. 3.5 minutes might as well be an eternity here on Big Bar 61. Because let's see if the Bears can close this guy up reasonably. Not so much wick. Without becoming some massively outsized bear body. It's kind of got to thread the needle. 3 minutes. 3 minutes is a long time. We'll see if they can. Oh, you beautiful bears. All right, 245 out. Cam is yelling at me. He says, if it closes with no wick, do we take shorts? I do what I do. You do what you do, my man. I'm looking for a clean bear close that is not outsized. And that wick is exactly what I'm concerned about. We got 2 minutes. Come on, Bears. What you got? What you got? This bar is getting a little sizable. ATR 42. Range on this bar 73. It's not too bad yet, but, you know, it's getting up there. 90 seconds out. Come on, you bears, you fucking babies, go! No wick! Look at these babies. Look at them. "33 seconds. Clean this guy up. Oh man, bad timing. Bad timing. I think my coffee just got here. Oh, motherfucker. Oh, it's a big wick. That's a big wick. All right. All right, as fate will have it. All right, guys, give me 2 minutes. Gotta go grab that. right, what's up? Welcome on back. Trading bars. Nico, what kind of mic do you use? Sounds amazing, my man. Appreciate that. It's not, it's just a voice changer. No, this is, it's a Sennheiser MKH 416. I also have a Neumann TLM 103. But that one sounds a little like muddy, I think, with my voice. I don't know, I'm not a sound engineer. But I enjoy it. Well, 62, not too much, huh? Going on, that is. Damn it, Big E! Shh! Stop it! You gotta stop letting my secrets out. Alright, you bears, what you got? Or are these bulls just taking us back? This starts looking a little bit odd, doesn't it? You know, you close inside 61, basically, you know, retake all of it though. And now it's like, do we just single bar sideways range with a decent ATR of 39 or 40? If the bulls want to take this back up and convince me of a soft bull channel, it's getting wider, which is a little, you know, it's a little tough to see, I think. It's not tough to see, it's tough to believe, I'll say. But if they want to do that, they're going to have to do it soon. To convince me. Man, could you imagine these bears just tank this market off? Man, let's head down. Let's take out the wick lower bar 4. What do you think? We've got about an hour 20 left here in the day, a little bit less. If you call it quits before the 350 algo, you know, then we got about an hour left. What do you guys think? 260 points in an hour? I don't know, man. With an ATR of 42, I don't know. Come on, Bears, go. Let's go, dump it. Dump it, dump it. Give me 4 setups in the next hour. Ed says, bull trap, question mark? So much going on here. Sitting right at the 200 now. Yeah, you know, bull trap, I don't know. I stand by what I said. It's either a very soft bull channel or a big, ugly, sloppy trading range, which is probably more like it, honestly. Someone says the 1 minute looks good. Yeah, well, it's not bad, actually. It's not bad. Back to the 5. Dump it, Bears, go! If we're gonna dump 260 points, whatever it is, in the next hour, we gotta get moving, huh? You know, but just for the sake of conversation, I do find it very interesting that it's like everyone knows 30K is coming. It's a little bit of a weird thing, because it's sort of always the case in the market, because it's like everyone kind of assumes that given a long enough time horizon, America will win and the market will go higher. But here, it's like that same assumption on a much compressed time frame. It's like everyone sees 30K, so what are we doing? You know? Is that enough information to take trades off of? No, I don't think so. But it's interesting. Yeah, Mike, I got you, big dog. There you go, my man. There you go, Bears. Dump it! Go! Big bar 64, 245 out from the close. We'll roll over to big 65. Don't want to get too excited here because, again, you know, this was that brutal range, kind of like all morning. The question is, are we just heading right back into there? And we'll hang out in there for the rest of the day? I don't know. We're having a little bit of struggle with previous resistance region, if you want to call it that, from that trading range. You guys had a good Friday so far, man? How we doing? In the chat, what's up? It's okay if the answer is no, by the way. Manuel Big Green, DK, Green. Stratted, alive and breathing. We love it. Can't ask for too much more. JM Green, Chuck Green like a mother. We love it. Roensch, how did you overcome greed and revenge? I think it's the same answer as how do I not have an issue with FOMO? The answer, I mean, two things. First of all, I'm not going to go on my track record rant, but for the new guys, if you just size down and brute force discipline for a couple of weeks, you're gonna see improvement, assuming you're following a logical methodology, like price action in general, or RAM, sure, right? You're gonna see improvement, and improvement, even if it doesn't bring you profitable, which it might in a couple of weeks, believe it or not, but even if it doesn't, you're gonna feel better about yourself. And when you feel better about yourself from following a process rather than did I win or lose the last trade, it's a much more sustainable and fruitful relationship with your emotions surrounding the market. So it makes it a lot easier to just keep doing that. You retrain your brain in a way to get the dopamine from being a more disciplined trader rather than I'm gonna make a random decision here and I fucking hope it works. I think a lot of you guys maybe underestimate how detrimental that actually is to your own mental health, because you know deep down that the decisions you're making aren't really based on anything and they're unsustainable even if you do win this one trade. And I think that eats away at you internally. It did for me when I was doing that early on, you know? So, number two, track record is number one. Number two, like the FOMO thing is kind of built off that, same as the greed thing, right? Which is, you know, let's talk FOMO first. By 9:31 a.m. Eastern time every single morning, you've missed out on an amount of money that had you just bought X number of options contracts for X expiration on X instrument the previous close, you would have a life-changing amount of money this morning. Right? Well, but that's fantasy land. That's not real. So, you already missed out by the time, you know, before most people are even starting their day. So, what's your expectation here? That you're just going to be able to pick the one short-dated option that fucking explodes overnight because of unexpected news? The same way as what do you expect? You're going to top tick every long? Profit take, I mean? You're going to bottom tick the profit take on every single short? What kind of expectation of yourself is that? That's impossible. That's just not real either. So greed, like what is greed? Just get your piece and go. And if you want to make more money, that's not greed. It means you want to provide for your family better, or take that money, hopefully, and do good things with it. People toss around the word greed a little too much. Greed is sitting back on your pile of money, fucking getting off on the fact that your pile is getting bigger and no one else can have any, and I'm not gonna tip well. You know, they didn't do a good job, I'm gonna tip 4% like a fucking asshole. That's greed, and saying, ha ha ha, no one else can have any of my pile of money. What the fuck is that? Like, that's weird. Like, you're an evil individual, I think, if that's actually your motive and you get off on other people not having it while yours gets bigger. That's fucking greed. Greed is not saying I'd really like to make, you know, it's a lot, but like, I'd really love to be able to make like, you know, 2, 5, 10 million bucks a year so I can open that animal sanctuary I've always wanted to fund myself. I want to be able to do that in trading. If anyone says you're a money hungry, greedy piece of shit, tell them to fuck off, because that's not real. That's not true. That's complete bullshit. It takes capital to do big things. You wanting to have a lot of it so that you can go do big things is not greed. If anyone has told you that in your life, fucking remove them. They're a poison on your positive mentality. What are they doing to help people? All right, bulls. What's up, bull channel? All right, let's watch bar 66 here and see. What do you guys think, man? Are we gonna pop back up here heading into the close? Thoughts? Chat, what's up? Going back up? Well, yeah, let's see if we can get a tester of the highs. High a day currently, the wick high of 58. Pop up to today's high and then a big drop. Let's see. Let's see. I feel it will go higher. Great week overall. Bulls won it. It definitely... All right, in the chat, do we see 30K next week at all? All week. 30K next week at all? It seems like an obvious yes, but I mean, we're 600 points away. I'm curious if anyone thinks the answer is no. Depends on news. John Doe says no 30K. Mostly yeses. A little bit of hesitation here, right around the, well, I guess the 20 EMA, that previous little range, bar 59. See if the bulls can get us up, give another test of high of day. All right, 45 seconds out, by the way. Till bar 66 closes and 67 opens up. Let's see what these bulls got. All right, Power Hour officially starts now. Let's go, Power Hour! 300 points! Up, down, any direction. Let's just get moving. ATR is 37. That's actually a pretty damn good ATR. But if we could pop back into the 40s for Power Hour, it's over. It's over. Let's get that pushing. Little hesitation here, huh? Chat, after breakout, next stop, 29,656. You looking at this? It's a pretty specific number, my man. Now watch him be dead on. We'll close at 656. Yeah, these numbers here, like that's 61, 41. For all you new guys, all it is counting each bar from the New York Open. Which, you know, are you really a professional if you're not counting the bars from the New York Open? Come on now. My AI. Why does everybody always think this? Why does everyone always think I'm AI? What the fuck is that? Bulls, come on now. The background is just, that's just my office, dude. Oh, you bulls, come on now. All right, bar 67 rolling over into 68. All right, let's pop this thing, bulls. What do you say? Let's go. All right, 342 out, by the way, till the close up of bar 68, rolling over into the open of bar 69, big bar 69. ATR still sitting 38. It's not too bad. You guys believe that this one little range from the wick low at 61 to the wick high of 66 is 90 points? Certainly doesn't feel that wide, does it? Gotta be more convinced than this to get short. Very much behaving like a trading range here, since the close up of 61. ATR 40, 68, shrinking bear body, but continuing to grow, getting closer to the wick low 61. All right, 26 seconds out here till 68 closes up, rolls over into 69. There's the rollover. See what 69 brings here. See if they can crack the wick low of 61. There we go. They're going to take out the wick low of 61. All right. All right, let's see. We're going to see if this guy turns into a trading range or if the bears are able to actually break this thing lower and go, which is going to take some pressure here. There you go, bears. 3 minutes. Minute 55. Come on, you bears! Sucking right back into the range. Oh man, the hesitation bears. All right, guys, I'm gonna hang it up. I'm out of here. Happy Pharaoh Friday. Hope you guys all had a tremendous day here today. We'll see what the next 45 minutes brings, but I'll see you guys next week. Hit like on the way out. See you in a few days.